Are you ready to talk to AI? Hi, I'm Alicia Williams, and welcome to Fix the Flow, a video series based on my live presentation at the ATD Intensive AI in Learning and Development. And today is episode 3, How to Talk to AI. In this series, I'm giving you some extended content that we couldn't fit in the presentation. I show learning designers how to use the TWINS framework, transcribe, write, imagine, narrate, sort, to work smarter, faster, and more creatively. Whether you're creating proposals, building courses, or refining workflows, TWINS helps you make the most of AI while keeping your design grounded in human-centered learning. Here's the big idea. Talking to AI is like talking to a digital mirror. It reflects back what you feed it. It knows the past because it has been trained on huge amounts of text and numeric data. It can access information that's available now, and it can repiece that data into something new, but it does not know your audience, your friends, or your future. Even if it had all the math in the world and great formulas, there will always be gaps. So it gives you its best reflection based on what it can pull together. And while it may sound like a real essence when you're communicating, it isn't one. That's why we need to learn how to communicate with it clearly, responsibly, and with structure. I always like to shout out other thought leaders in our field, and one that comes to mind is the highly esteemed Dr. Philippa Hardman, a Cambridge University scholar, learning scientist, and founder of DOMS. Check out her Substack. She's published widely on how educators can use AI responsibly, including her ChatGPT for Educators guide. In that guide, she lays out 2 simple but powerful policies for working with AI. Policy 1, don't trust AI. Assume it could be wrong until you've checked and verified. Policy 2, structure your ask. AI mirrors what you give it. So if you're vague, your results will be vague. So let's pause on that first one though, because this is where people often slip up. On your free account, your chats may be stored, used for training. That means giving more information so that your application can learn, and even subpoenaed, taken by a court of law. On your paid plan, your chats are usually not used for training. You can turn that off, but they still live on a server. That could be hacked. On an enterprise plan, the data belongs to your company. So again, you'll have to think thoughtfully what you're asking, even though AI can handle any kind of information and conversation. So the best practice, never overshare sensitive or proprietary information. Check that you've turned off that information used for training, and use placeholders to anonymize your data. Clear your AI memory from time to time, and be careful when sharing links. Once something is shared, it becomes indexed, and it may no longer be private. That means anyone can see the link. Here's your first check-in. Which of these is not a best practice when working with AI? Number 1, use placeholders for sensitive information. Choice 2, always leave memory on permanently. Choice 3, verify outputs with peers. Choice 4, clear history regularly. And the correct answer is choice 2, always leave memory on permanently. If you pick that, you realize that you're creating more vulnerability, right? If you pick that, you're also on a roll. Before we look at the main players, here's a simple definition of what an LLM actually is. You'll hear LLM or chat tool, a large language model. Is trained on mountains of text, books, articles, and open web data. It uses natural language processing, NLP, to piece that information back together in sentences and dialogue. In short, Google helps you find examples, and LLM can generate pulling from information that is already available to create something according to your ask. Google will find you a sandwich. ChatGPT can make you a sandwich. That's why prompting matters. The way you guide it shapes the quality of what you get back. And remember, it's just giving you a starting place. It doesn't mean that's the only sandwich out there. You still have to check if it's the right one for you. Let's meet the most common players. I'll show you their interfaces as we go. ChatGPT, the pioneer and now multimodal. This means it can handle text, images, project folders, and app integrations. Gemini, Google's model, formerly Bard. Its power is integration and workspace and creative tools like Google Studio. Claude from Anthropic, known for natural writing, clear analysis, and coding. Great for designers and storytellers. Perplexity, a research powerhouse, okay? Real-time web results, citations, automations, and even its own browser called Comet. DeepSeek, fast, affordable, and popular with students and researchers. It's competitive with ChatGPT at a lower cost. Okay, quick check-in. Match each model to its specialty. 1. Which tool is best for real-time web research and citations? 2. Which one is strongest for natural writing? 3. Which one connects directly to Google Workspace? And the answers are Perplexity, great for web research, Claude for natural writing, Gemini for Google Workspace. And if you got all of those right, you're learning fast, you're all caught up. So you know the players. But here's the real question. How do you talk to them? Tune in for part two when we continue to fix the flow with episode 3, How to Talk to AI.